So in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful baby jumper, and to start this you will need to take the measurement from the shoulder to the hem of your sweater. Okay, you can take the measurement from a shirt or a clothing of the child making for, and mine here has 12 inches length, and underarm to underarm I have 10 inches. And if you like this a little bit longer and bigger, you can use a different yarn. You can use a bigger yarn and crochet hook. Okay, hope you like the video. Make this crochet baby jumper or sweater, we are going to make two similar panels like this one. So if you need this bigger or longer, you just add more half double crochet to your foundation. Make your foundation in even number. Okay, so or you simply can change to a bigger yarn and hook size. Okay, so I'm using a 3.5 and it is a weight free light decay yarn. So we will start by making half double crochet. So here I made 50 half double crochet for this one. So I'm going to show you here. I'm making just a little piece. Okay, just to show you. I start by making chainless foundation of half double crochet. So you'll make a slip knot and chain 2, yarn over into the first stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, release 1, yarn over, release all 3. That's your half double crochet. So I will make here about 20 half double crochet for demonstration purpose. So this is your first row. Okay, I'm showing you with 2 rows of half double crochet. So on the actual sweater here I have 4 rows of half double crochet with 2 ribs. 1 2 3 4 rows. Okay, so for this purpose only I'm going to show you with only 2 rows of half double crochet, but the repeat is the same only. So when you go down by down, I mean you go to the hem. This will be the hem of our sweater. You will go down with half double crochet into each stitch. Okay, and when we go up by up, I mean we go to this part, to the shoulder part. This where we have the tail will be the shoulder part, like this one. We are going to use the half double slip stitch for this ribbing part here, like this. Okay, because I want this part to be a little bit smaller than the main part of the sweater. So you yarn over, and for that you are going to take the yarn like that and use the first loop to get through the other 2 loops. So yarn over, back loop only, and use the first loop, pull through the other 2 loops. So for this ribbing here, you are going to have an odd number of stitches. Okay, so here I made 7 stitches. I have 7 stitches here. So you can have 9 or 11, whichever length you prefer. If you prefer it longer, you can add more, or if you like it just like this, then you can add only 7. So here I'll show you with 5 half double slip stitch. That's 3, and then this is 4, and then this is 5. So if you need, you can place a marker here, or you just can continue like that, because you can see the difference between a half double crochet and a half double slip stitch. And the remaining part here, you are going to use your half double crochet stitch, back loop only, until the very last stitch of the row. And the last stitch here, make your last half double crochet on top of the chain 2, like that. So I have 2 rows of half double crochet, and then for the next row you are going to chain 1, and the chain 1 will never be your stitch. So in the very first stitch you continue making your half double crochet back loop into each stitch, and when you are here you can see the difference. This is your half double stitch and this half double slip stitch. So where you have the half double slip stitch, you continue to work, and for this row you are going to work half double crochet into each stitch only, and make your last one here through both the loops. And for the next row, for the fourth row of half double crochet, you will start by making the half double slip stitch again, the same number as we did here. 5 I made here for the sample, and for the actual one here I made 7. And if you started with whichever number, you will continue doing that and make 4 rows of half double crochet, and you will have something that goes up like that. And on the 5th row here, you are going to chain 1 and make your single crochet, which is this row. Okay, make your single crochet, leave 1 stitch, into the next make a single crochet, and into the stitch that you left unworked, you take your yarn and insert your hook and pull up a loop. We are making the puff stitch, so you are going to do this 2 more times. So insert, pull a loop, yarn over, insert, pull, and release all through this except the last one here, and then chain 1 to lock that in, and you'll have something like this for your first puff stitch. And to continue, leave 1 stitch, single crochet, yarn over, and repeat this 3 times for the puff stitch into the stitch that you left unworked. Lock with a chain 1, leave 1 single crochet, yarn over into the stitch 3 times. Okay, that's 2, 3, and pull, then lock, and you are going to continue until you have your last single crochet right here. And your last puff stitch should be here because you made your single crochet in this space. And in this part you are going to work your half double crochet. Okay, puff stitch for the body, and the ribbing you are going to use your half double crochet only when you are moving downwards. So you should have the same number. I should have 5 here. That's 3, 4, and 5. So for the first row of puff stitch, you'll have something like that. And second row, start with 5 half double slip stitch, 4, and then 5. And to continue, you will need to see the stitches here. So 1 stitch is this and the other is here, so you have 1 on the puff and then a single crochet of the previous row, and we are going to repeat the same way that we did in here only. It's the same repeat. Okay, leave 1 stitch, into the single crochet you make 1 single crochet, and on top of the puff stitch you are going to repeat the puff stitch itself, yarn over, so into that 3 times, 1, 2, 3, pull and lock the last 2 loops, leave 1 single crochet, and we repeat this until the very end of the row. And when you made your last puff on the top part, make your last stitch a single crochet on top of the single crochet of the previous row. So you will have something like that. Okay, and after the puff stitch again we are going to repeat making 4 rows of half double crochet. You see here we have 4 rows in between our puff stitch, so we are going to chain 1, and for this row right after the puff stitch you are going to work your half double crochet through both the loops. Okay, so into the first stitch half double crochet, and into each stitch that you have 1 on top of the puff and 1 is the single crochet, so half double crochet into that like this on. Okay, And here make your last half double crochet on the single crochet of the previous row and continue making your half double crochet back loop for this part. Okay, make your half double crochet both the loops until this single crochet here, and for the ribbing part work half double crochet back loop only, so you are going to have the same number only. So here I have 5, like that. Okay, and when you go up again, chain 1 and half double slip stitch. Here in the actual sweater I have 3 rows of half double crochet before the neckline here, before the contour for the neck. So here I only make 1 row. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to teach you here. So if you're not clear, please do let me know in the comments below. Okay, write your questions in the comments below. So you'll have 3 rows here, and on the 4th row you work only to this space, because we need this part for the contour of the neck. So for the actual cardigan here, actual sweater, this for the front panel here I leave 10 stitches for this part, and for the back panel I'm leaving only 8 stitches. Okay, so I'll have 8 stitches here, and for the front I have 10. So you will start working your row as usual, your 4th row here. Suppose this is your 4th row, and you will work only until here. So for this space you need this space to have an even number of stitches. Okay, that is why I have 10, and here I have 8. I want the back panel to have a little bit over that. So you'll start by making your half double slip stitch, and continue your half double crochet until here. So here I will leave 4 stitches, 1 2 3 4, and into the stitch before your stitch marker here, which is right here, make your last half double crochet through both the loops. So now you have, here I have 2 rows, here you will have 4 rows, and you are going to repeat what we did in here again. So you will chain 1, make your single crochet, you will leave 1 stitch and make your single crochet. Okay, I will work with this one now. See, single crochet, puff stitch, and we repeat what we did in here. So leave your single crochet into the stitch before, 1 2 3, and lock that, leave 1 into the next, and this is my back panel, and you will continue until you are here. And when you are here, don't forget your half double crochet back loop for the ribbing. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, chain 1, turn your work, half double slip stitch, 1 2 6 and 7. So leave 1 single crochet and make your puff stitch, two 3, and close, leave 1 single crochet, and we continue doing this until the end of the row. And if you count the number of your puffs, you will have the same number both going down and going up. Okay, so after you lock that into the single crochet, make your single crochet here and chain 1, we are going to repeat what we did in here again. Okay, after the puff stitch we are going to make 4 rows of half double crochet and the first one through both the loops. And here in the single crochet of the previous row, half double through both the loops and back loops for the ribbing here. So you will chain 1 and then start your row again with half double slip stitch, and you will have 4 rows of half double crochet, and you will repeat doing this again. Here I have 2 rows, 2 parts of this, as you can see here. So I'm going to do the same here. Okay, on the second row of your puff stitch, when you are here, we are going to add the chains required to make the contour for the neck again. Okay, so continue doing this first. So this is your last row of puff, and then you will make your single crochet here in the stitch, and you are going to chain the same number as the number of your stitches here plus 1 as your turning chain. So here I have 8 stitches, and in this one here I have 10 stitches, so I'll chain 9 chain here. I'll make 9 chain. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. The 9th chain is my turning chain, and then leave this one chain into the second one. You are going to work your half double crochet into the back bump only of the chain. So that's 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. One just insert like that. So after this, for the rest of the row here, we are going to repeat what we did in the previous rows after the row of puff stitch. So into each stitch of the previous row, 1 half double crochet. Until the end of the row here. So don't forget to make the ribbing. And for the next row, you are going to chain 1, turn, and we repeat what we did from these parts here. Okay, we are going to work half double crochet back loop until we have 4 rows here. After 4 rows of that, we are going to work one more part like this for the shoulder part, and after that we will work only 3 rows of half double crochet from this side, as you can see here. So here I have 4 and then 3 in this part here, and then from this side we will have 4 and 3. So the repeat is the same. Okay, so you will have the puff stitch and then 3 more rows of half double crochet, and if it is your first panel, then you can cut your yarn, and if it's your second panel, don't cut just yet. We will join the panels together with the tail. So when you're done with both your front and back panel, so this one here I already joined the first one, so place this panel like this one, place one panel like this with 2 ribs facing up, and then place the other one with 1 rib facing up. Okay, so when we turn this, when we finish joining, this will be the inside of our sweater. Okay, so before we move forward to join the parts here, we need to take the measurement for the armhole here. So here I have 14 stitches for the armhole from both sides, and it measures about 9 centimeters, and 9 centimeters is my go-to size for babies up to 1 year old. Okay, so and if you need it bigger, you can take the measurement from the child you're making it for. Take the measurement of the armhole, and when you get to the measurement, keep a marker on that measurement. Okay, so suppose here I need it 9 centimeters, and then I counted the stitches I have here until I get to the 9 centimeters. And if you need it 10 centimeters also, you do the same and count the number of stitches you have and keep a marker on both the panels. Okay, so you will have the same number on both the panels, and then you are going to join with slip stitches the entire length here. So for here, from this side also, I used the slip stitch to join, so I'm going to show you from this side. From the first stitch of this panel to the first stitch of that panel, and make a slip stitch. And when you're making your slip stitches here, don't make them too tight, let them be a little loose. Okay, so into the next stitch and the next stitch of the other panel, and make your slip stitch. And I'm making my slip stitch really loose, as you can see. Okay, I'm counting my stitches here. I'll have 14 stitches here, so I'm marking both of them with a marker, and then I'll continue joining with slip stitch. Until you are in the stitch before your marker. And when you get to the stitch before your marker, you cut your yarn. And now we will join the shoulder part again. You will make your slip knot, and we will join here with single crochet on both sides of our shoulder. So from the first panel here, insert your hook into the second panel, chain 1, and insert your hook into each space that you get. Okay, and join like this, and you will do the same for the other side. So I'm not counting how many stitches I have here, I'll just continue working like that only until here, and then you will do the same for that, and we will do the ribbing for this part. Cut and secure. So when you're done joining, turn your sweater to the right side, and from the back side here on this part, we are going to work 1 row of single crochet for this neckline. And before we move forward, so here check the rows here that you have your chain. We made a chain 1 at the start of the row. Where you have the chain, work 2 single crochet, and then in this row you have a half double crochet, you will have 1 single crochet, and on this puff stitch rows we have single crochet at the start and end of this row. So you are going to work 1 single crochet into each of those rows, and we are going to do that all around. Okay, and here you can see the stitches, so just work 1 single crochet into the stitches. So here is my chain, so I'm going to work a chain 1 first, and the chain 1 here is not my stitch, so 2 single crochet, and here is a half double, so 1, and here is a chain again, so 1, 2, and this one is a single crochet, and this one is also single crochet, and here I have a half double, so 1 into that also, and then here, and just like that you will continue, and the same thing from the front, and then you go to the back again. I'm going to work, I will use half double crochet only for this ribbing also. So I'm going to chain 7 for 6 half double crochet, and we will work the half double crochet only. Okay, so you will start by chaining 7, and if you like it longer you can add more also, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and leave the first chain into the next, half double crochet, and make sure to walk it through the back bump of the chain. Okay, 4, 5 and 6. And if you like this part to be a little tighter than the rest of the cardigan sweater, you can switch to a smaller hook here. Okay, if you do not like this part to be like this. And since we're working with half double crochet, so we are going to leave one stitch and slip stitch into the next and slip stitch into the next. So when you attach your ribbing to the sweater, leave one stitch and make 2 slip stitches in the next 2 stitch. Then you are going to turn and you will check here, this right here is not your stitch, this one is not your stitch, this is your stitch. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so half double crochet back loop, 1 2 3 4 5 and the 6th one through both of the loops and chain 1, and we continue making our half double crochet back loop, 2 3 4 5 and then 6th one here. So you will leave this next stitch, so this stitch you already had the chain, leave that, slip stitch and slip stitch into the next and then turn, and you continue working that until we are here. Okay, so here I have 2 stitches left before my first row here. So I'm not going to turn my work and make to this, so because I want my rows to be in even numbers. So as you can see, I started with full 2 rows and I'm ending with full 2 rows. So what I do with this extra stitch here, I'm going to take this off first. Okay, unravel this, and when I'm attaching this last row here, I'm going to take the next 2 stitches. So you leave one, as we did in every row, leave 1 stitch, and in the next 2 stitch I'm taking these 2 stitches together to make a slip stitch, and the next stitch also here I'm going to take it like that, and then I'll continue making my last row of half double crochet back loop in this one. After that we are going to join the rows. So when you're done with that, leave a really long tail for that. Okay, I'm leaving this tail, cut the yarn, and you can secure it first. Join with slip stitches. So so when you're done with this, so now we take the measurement for the sleeve. So this will fit a child from 6 months to 12 months old, or up to 1.5 years also, 1.5 year old. So for 1 to 2 years old, I like my sleeve to be at 20 centimeters. It just is not an exact measurement. Okay, so it might take, it might be a little longer or shorter than this. So we will work the sleeve with half double crochet back loop only. So we will start by working the same way that we did here, only without the puff stitch. So we will start by making half double crochet, chain this foundation of half double crochet until we get to the length that we need. So if you're having doubts, you can take your own measurement from the clothings of the child, from a shirt or an old sweater. So we will start with half double crochet, okay? And when you made your first row of half double crochet for the first sleeve, count the number of half double crochet you have and keep the number aside. Write the number in a piece of paper, so when you make your second sleeve, it'll be easier, okay? Because we need to have the same number of stitches on both the sleeves. So this is the length of my sleeve. So for the next row, you are going to chain one, and we will repeat what we did in this part here. When you go down to this part, you will do half double crochet back loop in each stitch, and when we go up, we will chain one and work the same number of half double slip stitch. So I'm going to do that, and then you will continue making half double crochet into each stitch until the end of the row. So remember, when you go to this part, you will go down with half double crochet. When you go up, you will start with half double slip stitch. And you will keep working just like that until you get this fabric. When you fold this in half, you will get the same measurement from this side, okay? From the upper side, you will get the same measurement as this armhole, okay? So stretch that a little, and then you stretch this a little also, and you get that. If it's possible, please make sure that you have your rows in even number, okay? Here. So the first one here, I already attach it to the sweater here, and it's the same thing. You will have the same number of rows, and when you're done, turn your work like this, and we are going to join the panel first here using the slip stitch. And make your slip stitch a little bit loose, okay? And when you're done joining, and for the ends here, you're going to weave them using the needle, okay? So when you're done chaining one, we are going to join using the single crochet only. So take this tail with you, and this is the next stitch. And if you like my video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.